Hello and welcome to Hobbymaster's latest box opening video. Today I'll be opening up a box of this Ravnica Allegiance. Ravnica Allegiance has been out for a week. It introduces the 5 remaining guilds into the current standard format. The 5 guilds are Orzhov, black and white, Azorius, blue and white, Simic, blue and green, Rakdos, black and red, and finally the Gru, red and green. So I'll be giving my commentary and thoughts on some of the cards as I rip through this box. Okay, so this is the box of Ravnica Allegiance that I'm going to open. So I'm going to sort them out as I open the box. So let's get a crack at this. So how has everybody pre-release weekend been? And I had a lot of fun playing as Rakdos, just rushing people down. But sadly I was getting outclassed by a lot of Azorius guilds. And I was giving out a lot of bounties on my head for getting crushed under Azorius. Okay, so you have a very nice box here. Okay, let's see what we get here. First pack. Okay, not bad. Okay. This card, very powerful when I played it in Rakdos. It was basically game changing. Especially in Limited, I took back creatures with Riot or Afterlife, and I do get the Spirits or the Riot +1/+1 counter trigger. And what do I get here? Wow, amazing first pack. So Prime Speaker Venifer. Most likely to see play in Modern and a lot of EDH decks. There are some one-turn kill combos you can check out online with this card. So definitely something I would like to explore in the future. And oh wow, Foil Mythic off the pack. Rakdos sure is a hot favorite for EDH. Okay, let's take a look what's happening next pack. Okay, what do we have here? So I have Electro Dominance. So this card is being touted as one of the strongest cards being printed right now. It works especially well in Modern or with cards with Suspend, like Living End, Restore Balance, Ancestral Visions. It's cards that require you to play the card for a few turns, and then when you play it, you get to play with Electro Dominance. Because it allows you to cast a card from your hand with X mana cost. X can be 0. Okay. Let's take a look what's in this pack. Okay, so Awaken Earthsmile. Nah, fairly average card. Some of the other cards I have. So far the box value, while it might not have the cards like spiked up like a previous Ravnica set, it has a lot of very playable cards, and it actually launched a lot of new archetypes into the format, especially for Standard. Oh, this card really grinded a lot of games out for me. But having an enchantment that just does drain people for 1 every turn does eventually kill them. And here we have one of my strongest commons. So apparently I did play this card in the pre-release. If you put this card together with Blade Brand, which gives your guy Death Card Touch, is effectively a one-sided board wipe. I put it off once, but I still lost the game because damn those Orzhov. Ooh, and we have a Shockland. So Shockland's price are going up because of all the amount of people that are getting to Standard, or people that are wanting to collect the new Shocklands that they had missed out on previously. Satanic Brawl, Burn Bright, draw. Okay, Eyes Everywhere, Enforcer, Split card. Yep. And what do we have? Immolation Shaman. I don't know about this card right now because there's not many activated abilities that I do want to ping people for. However, in the future, depending on what the meta shapes up to be like, it can be a great sideboard card in my opinion. Okay, next pack. Monkeyverse, Chillbringer. I like to say that this is one of the most powerful commons in blue. Basically, it's just because it's a flyer, it taps people, and it's really good tempo. Ooh, another mythic, Skagan Hellkite. Alright, so this has the right mechanic. It allows it to ping people. I believe this is a contender for replacing Rekindling Phoenix in the future once it rotates out. Could be wrong, but still this is a fairly powerful card. Might be a good idea to keep a few copies around. Okay, I know it's been exciting since I opened that foil mythic, but come on, we have to keep that pace. Okay, clear the stage, Rakdos Fire Wheeler, Spirit. Okay, so this is Repudiate Replicate. So it's basically counter ability, which makes itself very unique. Definitely something that I would like to have in an EDH blue-green deck, just because it stops certain broken combos from happening. Giant Engineer, Vindictive Vampire. So this is one of the core cards I think that every Orzhov deck should have in Limited or in Draft. Basically, it allows you to turn your spirit tokens from chump blockers into sources of damage. And we have another mythic, Kaya. Okay, so my thoughts on Kaya right now. She's very popular. I think we are sold out on her in Hobbymaster. She may not seem very powerful. Her first ability says exile 2 cards. It's good for getting rid of Arclight Phoenix in opponent's graveyards. The second ability, the minus one, is the defensive ability usually. Well, it's not very relevant in Standard. I could see it as a very powerful effect to have in formats like Legacy, where you have cards like Chalice of the Void, a lot of the 1 mana dogs, basically Delver, any of the 1 mana issues. Kaya kills them, no problem. Her ultimate ability, very meh. It's mainly just to gain advantage, win the burn decks, and yeah, getting rid of problematic threats. We got a Void. Okay, Sunder Shaman, very powerful card for Limited. It's a 4 mana for 5/5, encourages only fair combat, and it destroys artifact enchantments, which is a very huge thing in this format. Like especially in Limited, if you're facing an Orzhov deck, you go for like Ill-Gotten Gains, facing Rakdos with very powerful enchantments. You're facing Simic, they have the enchantment that untaps all your lands. This guy gets rid of all of them with a very good body as well. So I could definitely see this being played even in Constructed. One of the most powerful Limited cards. And Revival. Definitely something very powerful. I mean, think of it as like paying 2 mana to play a 3 mana guy. So imagine it's something like Judith. You know, just before combat resolves, you will bring back, or rather during your turn you bring back Judith for a graveyard and swing all your guys in. amazing and aristocrat kind of deck. Okay. So Pitiless Pontiff is a sack outlet, something useful. Gate Colossus, one of the win conditions of the new gate deck that is currently in standard. So what the deck does is it plays a bunch of gates, a lot of gate related cards, like Gates Ablaze, Gates Colossus, just to finish the game off. So the theme of the deck is all about gates, and this is one of the key win conditions. So, yep. Font of Agonies, not impressed. I don't think this is a very good card. Okay, what do we get here? Bedevil, yes, the premium removal spell in Rakdos. Destroy target creature, artifact, or planeswalker. And it's at instant speed as well, so definitely a must-have for all Rakdos decks. And yep, another component of the gate deck. So this is what kills the burn mirrors. I mean the burn matchups. I mean you tend to have like at least 4 or 5 gates, so it basically says gain 10 with a body in play. Skewer the Critics, one of the most powerful burn spells in this format. Think about it as more or less lightning bolt. You are almost always casting it for the spectacle cost of 1 red, 3 damage to any target. So it's basically lightning bolt in a nutshell. Okay, Sphinx of Foresight. So some maths has been done on this card. It is definitely a very good card. It's very powerful. So what it says is that you may scry. If you review from your hand, you may scry 3. So I think Frank Carsten, one of the best mathematicians in this game, he gave a guide that says more or less if you have this in your opening hand, you can afford to keep a 1-lander depending on your deck build. So do give his article a read or check him out. He described to you exactly the kind of hands you can keep with this card. Okay, what do I have here? Okay, so I got Warrant and Warden, quite a powerful card. I think we are just below halfway done through the box. So what do I have here? Cinevines, something a lot of the modern players are picking up, not modern, sorry, legacy players are picking up right now. So what it says is whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to a player. So decks like Storm will have a lot of spells to cast before they attempt to kill you off. So chances are they might die if this is in play when they try to kill you. It also gets rid of very problematic artifact enchantments, so it's definitely one of the best sideboard cards for any format. Well, I also want to talk about this card, Modify. So this card is a reprint, destroy target creature or enchantment. So it's a very versatile card used in a lot of decks. Great pickup for any format, including EDH. What do we have here? Blood Crypt. Great, more lands. Gatebreaker Ram, one of the key cards in the Gate deck that's running around in standard right now. Scotchmark foil. Ooh. Okay, so something to note that this card does deal with afterlife because it says if you die this turn, exile it instead. So no spirit tokens for cards with afterlife. What's my rare? Okay, so my rare is basically a fight card and create a beast. Very versatile. It's a removal spell. Yeah, value could possibly go up, I guess. Ooh, Simic Ascendancy. So this is a very, very fun card to have, especially in EDH. And we also have a foil copy of Clear the Stage. Sure. Ooh, and over here I also want to talk about one card, which is this, Carnival and Carnage. I think this is one of the very important cards in Standard right now. There is a lot of X1 toughness creatures like Llanowar Elves that you want to deal with, so this is the 1 mana solution to it. And also the fact that it also deals 1 damage to the permanent's controller. It turns on Spectacle, so you can actually follow it up with like a burn spell or anything cast for a Spectacle cost. Tithe Taker. So okay, so this is a very hateful kind of card, especially against blue players who love to do stuff during your turn. It has an afterlife as well, so it's relevant in trying to raise people, creating bodies. Definitely could see it being played. Ooh, Rhythm of the Wild. This is one of the biggest bombs that hit a set, so it gives all your guys Riot for non-token creatures, and they cannot be countered. So your guys either come in bigger or they come in with haste. Fantastic card, powerful in EDH and in Standard. Okay, what do I get here? Ooh, fun card, Mass Manipulation. Gain control of X target creatures. I think this is one of the sleeper win cons in this set, especially for a control deck that wants to get a lot of mana and do strong stuff. Gutter Bones. So if some sort of Aristocrat Shell or Black Aggro Shell or Ragdoll Shell is a thing, this is where you want to be at. It's a recurring threat. You can sacrifice it, you can just get it across for like small minor points of damage and wither your opponent down. Definitely a must have, especially right now when the price is cheap. It's a good idea to pick up as much as you can. That's my personal opinion, but yes, I think this will be a card to see play in the future. Oh, Mythic Emergency Powers. So execute Order 66, I guess. It's a fine card. I know it's not particularly amazing, especially for the mana cost, but hey, you know, someone's got to fill in the slots, and this isn't the worst when it comes to that slot, the Mythic slot. Ooh, fun fact, this is coming out in a token form for the D&D line of Ravnica blind box model, so if you do want to pick up a copy of it, do feel free to come to our website to order it as well. Okay. we have here? Tome of the Guild Pack. Whenever it casts a multi-card spell, draw a card. Can't say I'm very impressed. It could have its uses. Might have some sort of like infinite draw, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out yet, so meh. Okay, what do we have here? Deputy of Detention. Another Zurius card. So this is basically a super fiend hunter, but in blue-white and non-human. If there would be a blue-white tempo aggro style deck, this would definitely be an auto-include. But until then, yeah, someone needs to figure out the shell. I'd like to talk about Fireblade Artist. This is actually one of the best cards that I've seen so far. It's a 2/2 haste, and it actually does help you activate Spectacle every turn by sacrificing something that you don't want, like maybe a Gutter Bones. So keep an eye out on this card. Okay, we are reaching the bottom of the box now, as you can see. Okay, what do we have here? Mirror March. Coin flipping. Could be a fun card, but I'm not particularly a fan. If I wanted to play with coin flips, I'll be playing Pokemon instead. Okay, let's see. Come on. Good stuff. Sage Rose 7. Okay, Void. What's the red? Total Absolution. My god, this card gives me nightmares. It wrecked me so hard as a Rakdos player. All my Orzhov opponents had a copy of this card. So what this says is, creatures you control get +1/+1, creatures your opponent control get -1/-1, and you get to eat their cards from their graveyards. And if it's a creature, you create a 1/1 white and black flying. So because this card is in effect, it's basically a 2/2 flyer for each creature card that he eats. So basically it's wipe my board as a Rakdos player, or my guys deal 0 damage, and he gets a very long supply of spirits to block me all day. Okay, what do we have here? Tasia! Oh wow, the entire Orzhov family is here. Okay, so Tasia basically says anything that dies has a trigger like Afterlife. It triggers twice, so if it's Afterlife 2, you have 4 spirit tokens instead of just 2 guys. So in Hearthstone terms, it'll be called Trigger Death Rattle twice. And all tokens I control have Vigilance and Lifelink, and turns your spirits into super spirits. Okay, let's see what do I get here. For Rakdos Guildgate and normal Granite. Damn, I thought it was gonna be a Blood Crypt. Oh well. Nikia of the Old Ways. So I can't cast non-creature spells. However, when I tap a land, it doubles the amount of mana I get. So I mean, could have users is one of the new cards possible for EDH. I believe that might be an EDH deck that could be purely creatures and really want to murder people with doubling your mana's effect. Okay, what do we have here? Plaza of Harmony. Gain 3 life if you control 2 or more gates. Gate control. This is how you survive against aggro decks, besides Gates Ablaze. Okay, we are almost at the bottom, bear with me. Woohoo, it's a Rakdos card, so it's a removal or a pump, depending on how you see it, and it destroys a non-basic land, so think this is going to see some level of play, just because of the new blue-green Havana's Rise deck. So when the enchantment flips, it becomes a non-basic land that actually allows it to pump a creature based on its power, so it basically doubles the power. So it might be a good way to help get rid of that threat. Okay, we have about 6 more packs. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so this is Rixmadi Reveler. So what it is a Spectacle 4 card. When enter, you can either cycle cards, or if the Spectacle cost was paid, you can discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. So this is a reload for red-based decks. It gives you more gas, especially you can like chuck a burn spell in his face and cast this for Revel, draw your cards, and then continue business as usual. Judith Scourge Diva. Oh boy, her price has gone up ever since launch. So she is one of the key components inside any Ragdoll Space deck or any Aristocrat shell. She's basically an Anthem, and she helps pushes damage for every creature that you control that dies. So imagine if, let's say, your opponent tries to board wipe, they are taking basically 1 damage for each creature they kill. And another thing to note is that if you give her Death Touch, like I did at the pre-release, she can murder basically a whole board post-combat with all the triggers on the stack. So something to watch out for, definitely a pickup right now. Ooh, 4 Electro Dominance, so this is gonna be worth something, baby. What's my rare? Smoldering Tide, not impressive, however, the type is amazing. I think overall this is a pretty good box so far. Definitely made my value worth. Let's see what do I get in the last few packs. I'm hoping for Hydroid Crisis somewhere. Absorb, great pickup, important in the current meta, especially with all the aggro decks going on and burn being such a huge factor. Now that it is also modern legal at its lowest price, I think it's a great idea to pick this up now. Oh, Persistent Practitioners. Okay, so this card is very popular. I think it's going for at least $2 or $3 each. Very casual card. If you do have it, do try to pick it up. You see it, and I think the value is going to rise in the future, especially if it's a foil version. Angel of Grace. Oh, another Chase Mythic. Wow, there's a lot of Mythics popping out of this box. So this stops you from dying. A lot of ad nauseam combos with a lot of creature-based decks. This buys you an extra turn and brings you back to 10 life. It's so versatile, so flexible. Definitely one of the best cards to pick up in this set. Okay, down to our last 2. Breeding Pool, great. Now land, fantastic. Finally, last pack. Okay, yeah. Theater of Horrors, one of the best sideboard cards for Ragdolls at the moment. It basically allows you additional cards and ways to activate them. Drill Bit, first one I think I've seen. This is basically Thoughtseize on Spectacle. Fantastic card, great for getting rid of the board wipes before they happen. Must have in any of the Ragdolls decks, especially in the sideboard. And with that, that is all the packs. Let me total up the value and we get back to you. And we are back. So this is the pool sorted out roughly by value. So these are the bulk, which is about $1. The $3 pile, $5, $7, $10, $15, $20, and $30. So as you can see, just from a box that we sell for $169, this is definitely above $200 in pools. So if you do want to get a box of Ravnica Allegiance, now would be a great time to pick it up, and you can always do so at hobbymaster.co.nz. So I hope to see you guys soon.